Hey, we've all been there dreaming of our escape plan on how we can get out of the 9 to 5. There are literally 101 ways to make money online. Deep down, you know that you were made for something more than just waking up to that dreaded alarm, being stuck in the commute, and do that job that drains your soul, only to have to ask for permission to take the day off. If you're new here, my name is Kat and I have successfully escaped the 9 to 5 grind. I've run a number of successful traditional businesses only to find that I've chained myself to a job with even more responsibilities. I've never been afraid of hard work, but working hard all the time is not a way of life. It's more like a sentence. I've tried a few different options, which were short-lived. That was until I learned to monetize my skill set and what I love doing by building a personal brand around that and turning that into a business that has made over 6 figures in 6 months. So if I had to start all over again today and I was stuck in a 9 to 5 job, this is exactly the escape plan I would follow and implement. Step number 1, choose your escape plan. You need to decide when you're out, when you're done with the 9 to 5. Whether it's now, success does love speed, whether it's in 1 month, 3 months, or 6. It doesn't matter when you choose, but you need to choose when you're going to take that action. You want to make sure that you know that your plan is going to be implemented, because if you don't choose it, then you're always going to be stuck in the thinking and the dreaming about mode forever. I know myself that when I wanted to, try something different, I'm ready to take action, as I know that the fear of the unknown can paralyze us and it actually prevents you from achieving the magic in your life that you keep saying that you want. If I was working on my escape plan, I would map out the next 2 weeks as the most important time to get started. This is the time to do, not try and figure it all out. It's not getting stuck in overthinking. And as we've heard many times, you get stuck in the paralysis of analysis. Step number 2 is know your freedom and escape number. How much money do you actually need to be making in order to replace your 9 to 5 income? Is it 3K? Maybe it's 5K. Most people think they need $1 million to leave their job, but in reality, you just need your first few consistent months, to be able to reassess and look at the hours you've spent at your job versus the income that you've created online. So for example, if you make 4K a month right now, but you'd like to have a 3-month buffer to live comfortably, the rest is what maybe you've been able to save. You might be able to escape your 9 to 5 a hell of a lot sooner. So if you want to make a 4K month, I would take a look at what is actually the realistic number, in order to be able to make that. What area are you looking at? What business are you looking at? And is that a possibility? So how many hours would you need to be working in order to create that income? How many products would you have to sell? Or how much time is involved in each sale? Or how many clients do you need to see? How far do you need to travel, etc., in order to make that 4K each month? There are so many ways to make money online, but do the maths actually work out? One of the women that I have worked with actually stopped and did the maths and quickly realized, even though she had an active customer base of over 800 people, by the time she'd actually done the training, worked with each person one-on-one, she had done the paperwork and delivered the goods and services, she was on just $4 an hour. So as you can imagine, that was a little bit of a shock. And she'd been building this side hustle business for about 5 years, thinking that was going to be her escape plan. But in fact, it was sending her backwards, not getting anywhere closer to where she wanted to be, because she had even less time to do the things that she actually really wanted to. And while she loved her clients and what she was selling, it cost her 5 years that she can never get back, where she actually never got ahead. So looking at the numbers and the hours required is so important. For me, I dedicated a broken 2 hours a day in the beginning to my online business. So it was 20 minutes here, 40 minutes there, wherever I had the time to dive into, learning more about what I was doing, learning as I did, as long as I was doing what I had learned. So here's the thing. You want to learn and then implement. It's so important. Learn and implement, learn and implement. When I first started looking into ways to earn money online, I looked at Amazon, eBay, low ticket, there's e-commerce. There are so many different things, but the more research I did, the more I learned how, not in alignment these businesses became for me. So the worst thing that I would recommend for you to do is just to go into any business because it looks super easy, that you think is super popular, without actually looking into whether you're going to enjoy it as you grow with that, and will it actually be your escape plan that works for you, or are you just going to end up exhausted and trapped? So you don't want something that is draining, and you don't want something just for the money, because you're looking for your escape plan, not just another job that keeps you stuck trading your time for money. Step number 3 is make a decision in 3 days and go all in. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to pick something that makes sense and align, and then move. So after you've done your research, give yourself 3 days to decide what is the business that you're fully going to immerse yourself in. And once you choose that, start to implement. This is the time to really step into the do. What do you actually need to do to move the ball further down the field in order for you to start earning that money? What do you need to do, be doing with your time? I call this the IPAs, your income producing activities. What course, training, information do you need to read, learn, and implement? And this is what I love about our academy, as it breaks each training into bite-sized, digestible pieces. So whatever it is that you choose, or if you do have the additional income, which I do highly recommend, having, find someone who is already doing and has already done what it is that you want, and, Go buy their course, join their membership, join their mentorship, whatever it is, because they have found something that works. And they're going to give you all of the right things to do, so you don't waste even more of your time doing things that are just going to end up, either as a mistake or costing you even more time and money. Investing in yourself is a true asset, and with those skills and learning, because it stays with you. Step number 4. This is the stage where a lot of people get stuck. They get stuck because they take that leap and then they freeze in the action. They feel stuck, they don't know what to do, where to go, but in reality, it's just being stuck in your head. Clarity comes from taking action, not the more you stay stuck thinking of the same things over and over and over again. Remember that 80% of the thoughts that you have today are repeated thoughts to what you had yesterday. So the quicker you take action, the clearer you're going to become. So, please just don't sit there and take a look at all the notes that you took from doing all of the research you did, without taking action. Reach out to your mentor, to your coach. You really want now to get that support moving forward. Start to actually apply everything that you learn, because your escape plan is never going to get you out of the grind if you get stuck just purely in the learning phase. Learn and apply, and please be consistent with it. Do it consistently up until you have reached your freedom and or escape number, and you want to enable your escape plan. If you're struggling with that, remember your why. Why you so desperately want out of the 9-to-5 grind in the first place. Because you weren't born to sit at a desk or in a cubicle in a job where you have to ask for permission to live your life. You want to feel free, and you're born to live a life that actually lights you up. So this escape plan is not just this cute little thing on the side, maybe that you're watching in an afternoon. This is your life plan to leave the 9-to-5 job that is keeping you so stuck. So life is about doing something that is fulfilling and worthwhile. So don't forget to join my community, where you have people just like you, just like me, taking their first steps in building their very own high profit income. If you'd like to see my full step-by-step exit plan on how you can become a high profit business owner, make sure you watch it right here. Much love, good energy, and until next time, make sure you're taking the steps that light you up and get you closer to your goals.